you'll notice the hand speed increases gradually. In my last video, I discussed the need for speed in your backswing in order to have a more organized downswing. I had a lot of awesome comments from that video, and I had a bunch of questions as well. Thank you for reaching out. And I want to answer those questions in this video. But first, I want to quickly answer a question. Can YouTube videos actually get you better? Now, YouTube videos aren't the first type of media that people have looked to get answers for their struggles. But can these videos actually help you out? And I'm gonna say yes, and here's my reasoning. They really get you thinking more so than anything else. It's very challenging for you, the golfer, to follow these things necessarily step by step, because reel and feel typically don't go together. That is what it is. What you're feeling may not be what's really going on, and that's typically the most case. So if you're trying to follow a video word for word, it's not always gonna come out on the other end exactly how you see it. But it's going to get you thinking. It's going to get you to have those light bulb moments that I always talk about in these videos. And that's my objective here. What do you think? Comment below. Do YouTube videos actually help your game, or do you use this for more, I guess, entertainment? A little credibility check here. My name is TJ Valentine. I am a 25-year PGA teaching professional. I've been teaching a long time, given well over 30,000 lessons over the years. My objective with this channel is to give you those light bulb moments. Many years ago, I wanted to start a channel. This was back, honestly, after I was on the golf channel, The Big Break, and I had a lot of momentum with my personal teaching brand. And honestly, I struggled with it because I didn't know who I was talking to through that lens. When I'm in a lesson, even when I do my remote coaching, I know who I'm talking to. So I can give specific instructions. I know what to say, when to say it, and most importantly, I know when not to say certain things to my players. So it was always a challenge for me to plop the camera down and start to explain a topic because I didn't have feedback from you out there. And this is why I really enjoy doing these follow-up videos, because I had feedback from the last video, and now I'm going to answer the question that I got multiple times. I'm going to do that on the lesson tee in a second here. But that actually got me thinking. I want to do more of these feedback type videos, these response type videos. Now, they may come in the form of a 10-second response, a 20-second response. YouTube isn't necessarily the place for that. And I understand there's shorts, but a lot of times those get separated and you actually don't see them. So what I did is I set up a Patreon account, patreon.com/TJValentineGolf. Head on over there, free. Join it. I'm gonna post short videos. I'm gonna post short responses to these videos that I put out here. I'm trying to bridge that gap between you, the camera lens right now, and you, the actual player. So I encourage you, go on over there. I'm gonna add some cool stuff over there as well. But that's gonna be a home for me to do some quick response videos where I can just pop the camera up, talk for 10 seconds, and just post it there so you can see the responses. With that said, let's get to some responses to the questions you had in the last video regarding the backswing. So let's answer this backswing question with the magic blue club here. But actually, I do like these types of follow-up videos, these little deeper follow-up videos, because you know what? I'm gonna miss certain things. I can't answer all of those questions in one video. And if there is a question that just keeps coming up, I don't mind filming another longer video like this to make sure all of our bases are covered. So let's get back here and get to work. I'm not gonna reiterate the whole video that I just did, but the gist of it is most golfers take the club back too slow in the backswing. What ends up happening when we do that, the hips finish their rotation, the chest or shoulders may finish their rotation before the club ever gets to the top of the golf swing. We want all of these pieces to meet essentially at the same time at the top to have a well-organized position where we can transition down in an efficient fashion. So as I said, I'm generalizing, most golfers take the club back too slow. So I spoke about increasing the speed on the backswing, and I gave you a before and after graph using one of my students as an example as to how we increased his hand speed and ultimately club head speed off of the golf ball. And in that graph, I showed the ramp up of speed in the backswing. But a lot of people made a comment in terms of feeling like they snatched the club back too quick when they're trying to create the speed in their backswing, and what was the proper sensation. And I have to say, talking about feels and sensations, it's impossible because I don't know what you feel. I don't know how you interpret certain things in terms of feel. So I'm just gonna show you something visually. And I'm also gonna give you an idea, a thought. So think about you're in your car. So let me paint a picture here. You're at a stoplight, the light is red. When it turns green, do you slam on the accelerator or do you gradually build up speed in that accelerator? Well, unless you're drag racing, you're not slamming on that accelerator. That car is gradually building up speed from a standstill. So that's essentially what I want you to feel in that backswing. So obviously we are starting at 0. We are at that red light right now. We do not want to slam on that accelerator. And the reason why I'm using the lag shot, and by the way, I know this is going to sound very salesy, but I encourage all of my students to buy one of these. There are so many positive things that you can get out of this training aid. It's extremely practical. You can hit golf balls. I am gonna film a video coming up that's gonna demonstrate a bunch of different drills that you can use for this, but I have a lot of my students that use this with a lot of success for many reasons. So that's the blue tool that I'm using. And I'll put a link below to this if you wanna check it out. Now, if I stood up here, because the shaft is very wobbly, we have mass, we have weight down here. As soon as I stop my hands, what happens when I do this? The club head keeps going until the shaft absorbs that energy. Now in the backswing, if I take the hands back, my hand speed back too quickly, what happens? That club head stays there for a second because of this. So there's this little lag essentially in the backswing. Now if I did that, I know I'm pulling the club off of the golf ball too quickly. But if I gradually build my speed up off of the golf ball, what happens is you get less of that lag, but you know what's going on at the same time? I'm actually building up the hand speed, which in return is building up the club head speed. So again, if you take a look at that graph, that after graph, and I'm gonna pop it up right here, as I slide the backswing back, you'll notice the hand speed increases gradually. Now take a look at the other one here. This was the before where we had a very slow backswing. Notice how it's a fairly straight line, so there was no acceleration. Now, if he took the club back too quickly off of the golf ball, the hand speed would abruptly go up. And when we quickly jump off of the golf ball, what ends up happening is, number one, our backswing sequence is all out of whack. And that's the point of this video. That's the point of this education here. But the muscles contract, grip pressure doesn't stay steady. There's all sorts of things that start to happen that negatively influence everything else in your golf swing. If you're getting something out of this, hit that like button. I encourage you to become a subscriber here because I have a lot more coming up, and I'll see you in the next video.